The Bible says if you don't have wisdom, if you are simple, you need wisdom, ask of God.
Yes.
James chapter 1, verse 5. If any man lacks wisdom, let him ask of God. And you know what? God's not just going to give you a drop, a little dab here. No. He's going to give it to you liberally.
Yes, yes,
Running over,
yes.
flowing, more than enough. That's how God is. And everything he does it above and beyond. 6 characteristics. A foolish woman does not accept good counsel. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 12, verse 15. Foolish woman does not accept good counsel. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 15. Bless you.
Bless you.
The wicked desires the neck of evil men, but the root of the righteous yielded fruit.
Bless you.
Okay, I'm sorry, verse 15 is what I wanted. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. That was Proverbs chapter 12, verse 15. The way of a fool or a foolish woman is right in her own eyes, but she or that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. So it's bad enough to be simple and know nothing. But if you don't know that you don't know, that's worse. You don't know that you don't know. You don't know that you are devoid of understanding. You don't know that you're devoid of wisdom. That's really bad. You're right in your own eyes. Foolish woman. So because you don't know, you refuse to accept good counsel. You know why? Because you know it. You're right all the time. You're right in your own eyes. You feel you're right all the time. Nobody is always right. I know 99% of the time I am right, okay? But 100% no. Nobody is right all the time. But you feel that you are. It doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter how educated you are. Doesn't matter how spiritual you are. Nobody is always right. And if you feel that you're always right, something is wrong with you. You have a problem. Something is wrong. You're foolish. So you think you're right, and you refuse to accept good counsel because you know it all. You're right. You know that strong and wrong syndrome? That's a fatal syndrome. You don't want to be that. It's my way or the highway, or it's my way or hell way. You don't want to be like that. Now, wise people, we can do foolish things, okay? But this doesn't mean that I am foolish, okay? I've done some foolish things in my life, but I don't think I'm a foolish person. Yes, I have done foolish things, but habitually foolish things, no, that's not me. Just like I can play the piano, a couple songs, that doesn't make me a pianist. I certainly can't play like Junior and Jerson, okay? Though I want to. So I'm not going to call myself a pianist, okay? So in other words, like I said, I can do some foolish things, but I am not characteristically a foolish woman, okay? Now, in one example, just about 2 weeks ago, I had to have a tooth extracted. And my husband said, well, I asked him, I said, well, honey, what do you think? Should I just try to save this tooth? I ain't trying to get no dentures up in here. Should I try to save my tooth or what? And he quickly said, oh, just pull the thing out. And so that just kind of offended me a little bit. I was like, man, he said that kind of quick. Just get the thing pulled out. I want him to say, oh, honey, just think about it, dear. What do you think, lady? Well, maybe we can. Or I wanted him to reason with me, not Bishop. No, just get the thing pulled out. So, being the wise woman that I am, I did take his advice. I went to the dentist, and the guy said, he looked at my x-rays and everything, and he's like, I'll be right back. I was like, oh man, what's he gonna say now? So he came back, he said, I don't feel comfortable pulling your tooth. He said, because it's so deeply rooted, and probably, they'll have to break it to get it out. And he said, I just don't have, the instruments and the tools to do that. I'm going to refer you to an oral surgeon. So, and that just, again, I thought about that. And so I went to the oral surgeon and I got it removed out, everything. So the bishop said, now honey, aren't you glad you listened to my advice? And I'm glad I did, because if I had gone the other route, which was to have a root canal, and then they had to do a root extension, a crown extension, and he said, well, they probably still would have ended up breaking your tooth. So I would have paid $2,000+ for this other procedure and wasted my money. They would have ended up taking the thing out. Okay, so that's just an example. I could have been foolish and said, well, no, I'm keeping my tooth in here. And I'm going to get that crown extension. I'm going to, but I would have ended up paying a whole lot of money. I would have been not a happy camper, and certainly Bishop would have something to say. All right, so the bottom line is, I don't know it all, okay? I don't know it all. You need to be open to accept wisdom, to accept counsel. Receive counsel, okay? You don't know everything. You can't see the whole picture. That's why we have counselors. In the multitude of counselors, there's safety. There's safety. Hear it from another perspective. Here's someone else's viewpoint. Here's someone else's experience on that situation. Don't be wrong and strong. Now, there are women who listen to counsel, but it's from a poor source.
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay?
That's good.
If I'm having difficulty, trouble with Bishop, okay? I'm having something going on. Why would I go to Sister Spoon, who's on her third husband, and also is having trouble, and ask for her advice?
My Lord. Oh, that's good.
Okay, see, I'm open to some wisdom here,
Wow.
but consider the source. She on marriage number 3,
My Lord.
and in trouble.
Whoa.
What can she tell me? Really? You're having trouble with your boyfriend,
Uh-oh, come on, bring it on.
but you go to LaDasha. Who's also having trouble. LaDasha, she just broke up. Why go to
Come
LaDasha
on.
for advice? You understand? Consider the source.
Good.
You know, one thing that I found to be true